Good afternoon. For assessment item 1, I have chosen to research the career of a music composer, a career that I feel to be very exciting and extensive, by the working on means such as local commercials and adverts, all the way to national and international film and gaming scores and compositions. Being able to set a mood and enhance a viewer's feelings and engagement to a piece of film material by encompassing the appropriate backing music is a difficult art to master, but a very inspiring job that fascinates me. Throughout this presentation, I'll be researching the short-term steps and what actions to take to be on the right path of a professional music composer and what I need to do to achieve success. From a young age, I discovered my interest in music and began learning guitar at age 11. Years later, after being in and out of various bands, I decided to take my love for music to the next level and study a tertiary course in music. During my diploma in music, I underwent a few assessment items regarding film composition, such as scores and writing original piece of music for a short film. I found the tasks to be very exciting and fascinating, making me want to push myself to create a masterpiece each time. One of my teachers at the time occasionally worked as a professional composer and worked on various big brand commercials and some television. After learning how much was to be made in a job like that, it really got me thinking that it was not only something that I loved, but also something that I could make a living from. The first steps to achieving a career in this field would be to find your style and what you're best at that others aren't, and then begin building a portfolio to showcase similar works you have done and what you can do. Jacob Yoffe, an American film composer, explains that the first steps lie in having a unique content, as well as a decent studio at the ready for you to produce your music. Also, network out to local filmmakers and publishers to create a foundation and build from there. As this is a tough industry for musicians, it would be essential to maintain as many work relationships with other artists and composers, and especially filmmakers and publishers. Again, the more you can add to your portfolio, the better. By creating a website and showcasing music compositions is a great way for potential clients and agencies to gain easy access to all of my previous works and my current composition library. Creating a viewer webpage, a friendly webpage that is easy to operate and attention grabbing, would be the first step to the professional career in this industry. Job security for a position like this can be quite dismal at first, so I feel it's best to outsource as much as I can to as many local publishing agencies as possible to help get a foot in the door. To even start off as an intern for a publishing agency, there are many Australian music publishing agencies, to name a few, such as Sonar Music, Native Tongue, Mushroom Music Publishing, and even Universal Music Publishing Group Australia and New Zealand. Agencies such as these, especially Universal, can supply publishment for both original scores for television and film, as well as contemporary songs for commercials and big-name brands. Of course, it's not easy to just suddenly be a part of a company that large within the next 3 years. However, it's a good goal I can work towards while still basing out of Australia. However, to bring back to my short-term goals, I feel as if working towards and maintaining a strong portfolio and image, while simultaneously networking with local producers and publishers and radio agencies. The way I see it, starting off working and composing for local films and radio stations pro bono is a great start, as it adds to my portfolio, creates a nice and approachable image for myself, and most importantly, helps me build my networking basis and grow as a professional composer. I got some time during the week to sit down and interview my old TAFE teacher, Dr. Ross McLennan, and ask him a few things about working as a professional in the composition industry. He explained a lot of key points about various questions that I had. Ross explained to me how he began composing commercially and started at QUT composing for a lot of student films, and that led to lecturers discovering his compositional skills, which he explained was how it all began. Sorry. One of the questions I had asked Ross was if he thought it was better to go through a publishing publishing company, or to network on your own. I have a small snippet of recording of his thoughts, which I'll play for you now. Do you think it's better to go through a publishing company or to network on your own?
I think it's better to do it on your own, because you make more money. I've yet to meet someone who actually has done really well by becoming published.
Yeah.
Like my best mate, who got to deal with Mushroom, and he said he just spent the whole time getting all his own work and then taking, 40%.
Ross's answers had in some way surprised me, as I initially hadn't thought about the repercussions of working through a publishing agency. Sure, you have more behind your name as you're working for a larger company, but your overall pay would decrease, although you're doing all of the work. I feel as if this would be a great avenue for some ways for a considerable amount of job security, but it can also be a swing and a miss type of situation. One of the other questions I'd asked Ross at the end of the interview was what advice he would give for anyone wanting to follow in the composition industry. I'll play you another sample recording from the interview where Ross explains the options.
There's two options. You pick something that you really want to do, like a company you want to work for, and then you go for it, and you just hassle them. And all your downtime you spend creating music,
building a portfolio,
making it sound as good as it possibly can. And the other way of doing it is to do what I did, which is the machine gun approach, where you just shoot at everything and hope that something sticks and you get some money.
Ross had kind of solidified my original thoughts on the matter and gave me much to think about when it comes to pursuing a compositional career, and helped me shape my own mind frame on the matter. After interviewing Ross, it really gave me insight and confidence that it's all possible as long as I work hard and produce a unique and strong content. And I feel the networking on my own, at least for the most part, will be a better way to go about it, in my opinion. However, my main concerns are the consistency of jobs. Whereas, unless I've become well established, jobs are in fact sporadic and not always high paying. Also, the level of job. As Ross had pointed out, working for a low budget film and scoring hours worth of content, which can take 2 to 3 months to compose, and being paid only 8 to 10 grand, which in the long run isn't a lot to live off. However, I'm confident in the aspect of word of mouth and portfolio building. Performing your best in a small job can lead to great opportunities when it comes to a future career and an end goal. Becoming a successful composer for film and television and generating a large income and sustainable workload is essentially the best case scenario I can envision, and a perfect example of a career I can thrive for and fuel me to reach my greatest potential, to reach that level of success for not only sustainable income, but creating a world of experience and emotion for the viewer. All in all, becoming a professional music composer, although it can be very difficult to successfully break into, is an industry that I would love to be a part of, and is a constant learning curve that will push me as a musician by creating a world of sounds and music that can inspire generations to come and following in such footsteps. And for me, that is true success. Thank you for watching.